So what we have here is 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I'm putting this into Ninja dough maker, and this is my first time making it too. So I like to see how this machine works. And I have about 2 tablespoons or 1.5 tablespoon of yeast. Oops, I just realized I used the wrong tablespoon. So I have 2 of this and half. And I'm using 1 for salad. So, and the water has to be a warm water. Can be cold and can be hot. So that's 1 tablespoon. Just stir evenly. I never used this brand before, so I'm not sure if 1 tablespoon works for 2 cups of flour. And stay here for like 5 minutes. Let's see. Get something out of this. It's my professional list. Okay. And then just a little bit vegetable oil, just a little bit. And I already put 1 tablespoon of sugar there too. And 1 tablespoon of sugar. And a little bit of salt, just to taste. Right here. Okay. Stir a little bit. Okay, so wait for 5 minutes. Okay, I put all the ingredients into the bowl. Let's see if we can work this out. Release. Okay, so now you can see. So it's laughing. I think I need to use low. That's cool. That is way easy than I thought. Okay. So without mess up with my hand, with the flour, we made that flour dough. That's nice. Within 5 minutes. That's quick too. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is this need to be set for about 1.5 hours. I need a little bit to. Yeah, the reason we need to set the flour for 1.5 hours, I think most people know already, is to have to let the yeast set its effect. So, and to put it here, you need a container a little bit bigger than dough itself because it's gonna release. And yeah, I just preheat my whole oven for 200. I like for 5 minutes, and inside my oven will be warm. So you want to store this in someplace warm, ideally like 80 Fahrenheit. So we'll wait for hours and see how it look. So while I was waiting, I made pork fillings. The main ingredient is pork, ground pork. I add a little bit green onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and a little bit ginger to taste, and of course salt and pepper to taste. And the main thing about the pork filling is that you have to add some water to make it more easier, otherwise it would be dry. I had made a dumpling with pork filling before. It's kind of dry, so you have to add like about 1 cup or 2 cups of water. I already added a little bit of water, so I'm adding a little bit more. I'm so lazy to use another plate, I'll just use from the package. So just stir like that until the pork a little bit loosen up. And sometimes you need to put some, like about 1 tablespoon of scotch. This is 1 teaspoon, not 2 teaspoons. Doesn't have to be exact. My cooking, I think, we don't need to be exactly. Sometimes I find a lot of cooking and modify a little bit here and there. So I don't usually follow the instruction step by step. I will just come up with something on my own, regardless it tastes good or not. I'm excited about this. So finally, I use up all the water, about 2 cups of water. Slowly stir with the meat, and you can see it's a little bit loosened, not that thick as before. You'll be amazed how much water it actually used. Like I said, the reason we do that is because you want your filling eventually when you eat it to be soft, not like really hard. I made this mistake before when I made dumplings and wonton. That I didn't add water, and when we cook, it's really thick, so it doesn't have that soft effect. And I also tried something new. I add a lard pork fat I made myself, and I always like pork fat since it's pork too. So I assume, add a little bit fat to it, it will also become more juicy later. That's what we want. We want it dry. We want a little bit more juicy. We need fat and water for that. Alright, let's weigh down the dough. Then I'm excited to make a pork bun. Voila! After an hour and a half, this is what it looks like. It's getting bigger and softer. Okay, let's work on it. Ooh. With any of it. waste food. The oftentimes I find the cooking TV show, cooking competition show is actually wasting a lot of food. I hope not, because a lot of people throw away dishes could be eaten. Again, you need to have a cup of flour ready, so you can put on a board to prevent stickness. It's messy too. Okay, so I cut the dough in half. It's probably easier that way, and I may not need use all the flours doughs right now. So I'm keep on kneading until you see the surface of a dough is getting smoother, not a bubble in it. So let's see. You can see a little bit different. Like this one, I need a little bit more, and this one still have some unevenness. I used a lot of flours really. The reason too, I don't want to put too much flour, is that I don't want to make it too dry. So now I'm trying to making a size of kind of like sausage, small sausage long, and so then we can cut it. This is almost like something how you make dumplings, except dumpling don't use yeast, but same kneading, same thing. But also dumpling, when you make dumplings, this should be smaller, and we're making a pork bun which is bigger, so we need this one to be thicker. I'm not too, let me see, if I'm doing about an inch first, see how it goes. And more flowers, and knead a little bit. Since the hardest part, I think, for most people is how you make the skin of a pork bun, because I know that a little bit because I made a dumpling before, which kind of almost like small version of the pork bun. So see, you want to make middle a little bit thicker, because that's where all your fillings goes to. If you make too thin, it will break when you do steaming. And you want thickness that holds the pork fillings. So when you do making a skin, you can see you keep the center part a little bit thicker, so you don't really roll on it, it's all on the side of it. And sometimes use your left hand if you're right-handed, use your right hand to roll and your left hands to lightly hold onto skin. Make sure no fingers on it, and then just kind of make turns on this. So try to make as round as possible, not making too like stuff like that. And I think this is probably good enough. We can try make the first one. And this is my meat was waiting in the refrigerator. Okay. So we hold like this. I'm doing this, it's almost like making dumplings. And this is pork. You don't want to put too much because it's hard to close that, but you don't make too little because you're gonna eat all the flowers. Alright, so let's see, I learned this. So you want to hold this. Let's see. And one finger lightly hold, push. And one finger lightly push down. So right hands lightly push down, left hand's thumb like giving the skin. Like I said, this is my first time to do it, but I kind of get it. Okay, something like that. Oops. I think my skin is too big. So that's my first pork buns. See, this is a problem that I put the meat not too much for the size of the skin. I should have put a bit more, but wow, it's my first time. Okay, then we continue doing this. Chinese, that's why we do in a group. It's almost teamwork because it's faster. So there are people do kneading of flour, and people do these, and people do cut. And so this time I'll cut smaller. I like to use smaller pork bone anyway. So cut, and then there's people start doing the skin part. So, and then there's people doing making a pork buns. I keep thinking pork dumplings. So this way it's faster. Like I'm doing this all by myself from scratch. It takes hours. And it's actually on a weekday. It's 10:30 p.m. right now. I have to work tomorrow. But I just felt like doing it. I could have done that during the weekend too. Oh, wow. I mean, impossible sometimes. Alright, so this skin is smaller. It's almost like dumpling size. But we do the same thing. Actually, I felt like smaller is easier to control the shape. Okay, my watch is telling me to go to sleep. It's like 4 people's job. Okay, now let me make it again. And don't get discouraged if you don't make this right, because it's a food. You know, it doesn't matter what shape, what taste, you eat it when you're hungry. So just enjoy as much as you can. So let me see. Okay. Not perfectly round, but it's getting better. Yes. Compared to first one, this one, yeah, see this one, a little round, a little fulfilling. This one a little bit saggy. Alright, think I'm gonna make skin first. All at one time. This way is faster. And this step is very important because that's how you determine if your skin is dry enough. Make sure you push down, and then you can easily go on it. This is a really step-by-step tutorial. Oh no, flowers. So that's what we do. We do all this at the same time. So I started the steam part first. Ideally, you should have a bigger steam pot or bamboo steam, but you can see I don't have it. You know, I don't do this very often, and I have enough cooking stuff for myself. So I think I'll try this out first. This is good for vegetable. So I got this cloth. It's mainly used for steaming. I actually got this for $1.50 at a Japanese dollar store here in San Francisco called Daiso Japan. It's kind of like Dollar Tree, American Dollar Tree, but I think they have better quality stuff and have all kinds of cute stuff and kitchen stuff. So I found this in the store, and you can see you can use the steam anything, but they got English, Japanese, tell you how to do it. So it's my first time using it too. What I'm doing, or if you don't have these, you can use the paper, like wax paper or parchment paper, and cut it into square to same size as your bun. You can see this is kind of bigger because the pot is small. I think it's okay, just make sure it doesn't burn. Here. And then see, it's still so this is the best one, and when you handle it very carefully because it's really soft and you don't want to so because my bun is small, so it actually fit pretty well. Feeling 4. Okay, 5. That's it. Actually, I might be too close. We'll see. Hope they not stick it together. And because I just started water, so water had to be boiled, and we can do like this to prevent heat come out. It's perfect. Then I might start with another pot with really old school type of steaming. Hope it will work. And if not, I'll just steam these first, and you can always froze the pork bun, eat for next time. Alright, let's see. So I think steam about 20 minutes. Okay, before we do anything else, I want to show you how to make a dipping sauce. It's super easy, but you need a required ingredient is, actually no, not soy sauce. We usually don't use soy sauce for dipping. Here, it's the Chinese vinegar, and usually this brand is the best. My mom loved this brand, so it's from China, ancient time. Okay, depends on how much you want to make it. I think I will just, it doesn't matter how many, just depends on how much you can eat and how many people. And I usually sesame oil, regular sesame oil, or spicy one. This is spicy. And of course, if you want spicy sauce, you can add spicy sauce to it. But I want to mention is that to me personally, I love this sauce, vinegar with garlic. And I actually just find an easy way to smash the garlic by using the lemon juice juicer thing. Super easy. I don't need to just smash it. So now I can just remove the skin. I'm glad I actually thought about this. Use a juicer to break the skin. How many garlic is really up to you. I personally like garlic, so I usually put a lot. And we actually, if you don't mind have garlic spread, I sometimes just eating a raw garlic. Put garlic into raw garlic into pork bun and eat straight like that. It's delicious. But if you want to soak it in the vinegar, it kind of give you the taste of vinegar gonna change it too. We actually also do vinegar. Like if you have small bottle of vinegar, then you always do dipping, and you can actually put garlic into vinegar, almost like pickling it, but without salt, of course. And your vinegar will taste better too. Okay. I guess I should cut smaller things. I don't want to have stinking breads tomorrow at work. And by the way, for a tip, if you accidentally eat raw garlic, have really stinky garlic breath, another thing you can do is if you have loosened tea, dry loosened tea, and chew on the tea for a couple minutes. It helps you to reduce the garlic breath, and you can just mix with it. So I'm making it right now because I want my garlic to soak into vinegar first. Here you go. I can't wait. It's almost 11, but I can't wait to try it. Actually, I forgot. While we were sitting for the dough, we should have put the dough in a place that is actually would not dry it out. That's how we do it. We'll probably use a towel, cloth, or maybe napkin paper, bonding paper, and write it. And sit on this. So just kind of preserve from dryness, and then you can put it in the refrigerator. Are you putting in the refrigerator? I don't know. Maybe I try to make all of them at some time so I don't come back to it. I think for beginner, if you cannot control how much you're making this, you can just try don't put too much filling into it, because if you put too much, you guarantee you're gonna mess it up. this one a little bigger. So basically you want leave like half inch. And if you don't have an even skin, I find it's easier you start with somewhere that is close to the fillings and work from there. And also, if you're a beginner, I think personally maybe you just make the skin a little bit bigger, easy to work. I smell vinegar and garlic. Make me hungry. More. It's getting easier. Last one. So start with here. Push, push lightly. So this is too. Okay. Okay, I finished all these. So I decided to make the second dough because I don't want to. I have a lot of fillings. I don't want to relax overnight. So keep on moving. You see, it's like a smoother skin. It's almost a human skin. It's like you probably have a baby skin. It's like a skin. Yeah. I'm going to sausage time. So I can feel a bit dry because I put out there. And if you want, you can make it bigger too. So define your shape, and beginning is easier. And 5 more minutes for steaming. And when you hold on to it, just make sure don't hold too tight. Because your finger push down, make the skin thinner. This way you make sure you have some flour under so it doesn't stick on the board. So another tip here is that you need to make sure you have a lot of flowers here while you place your finished buns. Otherwise, they're gonna stick on the board. So when you cook it, it will out of shape. So look like I'm making two of these better than the other ones I made before. The first run of the bun is ready. So when you cook about 20 minutes and turn off the heat and don't take off the pork bun right away. Let it sit in the pot for about 5 minutes. This way you can let the skin and the pork in case not sure why, but make a pork bun more soft that way. And for these, I'm gonna freeze it. All you do is just put in a plastic bag, freezable, or a container. Actually, I prefer container because it's really soft. And put in the freezer and eat them whenever you need it. They're up to a month or so. It's in the freezer. And for the meat you have leftover, you can make a meatball. Like I actually have a wonton skin, so tomorrow I'm gonna make wonton out of it. See, I'm getting better. Not too hard. And here you gently push down. Not too light, because you won't close it, but not too hard either. Really soft. Okay. So I just removed the pork out of the steam pot. Sorry, chicken. So look like it's pretty good. Let's see. It'll be hot. Ooh. It's really hot. Wow, it's really juicy. Smell really good. It's pretty good. This one stick at the bottom. Let's dip on it. Ah, tastes really good. Well done. My first pork bun. It's easier than I thought. Oops. Yeah.